Morning everyone, so good to see you all and welcome back to the XD Daily Creative Challenge. I'm your host Andrea Hawk and I'll be here until this Friday till we finish this challenge, and I'm starting to see a few of you guys pop up in the chat. Good morning to all of you, or good night wherever you are. I see Anna, I see Akma, Huxel, seeing some familiar faces in there. Well, I'll be checking the chat throughout the stream, so if you have any questions about what I'm doing, be sure to go ahead and ask. And let's go ahead and dive right in, shall we? So I'm gonna pull up behance.net/challenge/XD. This is your homepage where you can find all of the prompts for each of the challenges throughout the day. So how does it work? If you're new here, don't worry about it. You can still jump right in. We've got all the files for you if you want to download them. So each day you're going to receive a new challenge. Make sure you're logged in with this register button up here, and then you can get those challenge prompts in your Creative Cloud desktop app, and you can also get them on this page. So we've actually completed quite a few. Look at that. Guys, you've been working hard. I've been seeing your hard work in the Discord. So we only have 3 more days after today. So let's finish strong, guys. So each day you'll receive a challenge right here, and be sure to join the Discord community chat to stay informed of what we're talking about, connect with your other fellow designers, and be sure to watch right here our daily live show every day at 11:30 Pacific time, and see how to get started, ask me questions about the challenge itself or anything about XD. And lastly, be sure to share your work, both on Discord and on Behance. If you want some feedback, again, you can share just like snippets of if you're in progress of something, or you can share the whole file or a link to your Behance portfolio. So you can get some feedback from myself as well as all the other mentors and participants. So let's take a look at what we've been doing. So we've been working on our music creation app for this whole challenge, and we're trying to build a design system for all of this. So hopefully at the end of this, we'll have a really nice design system, really nice portfolio piece that we can share employers because they love to see that kind of work. So today we're going to be working on responsive resize. So this is going to be a fun one. So use responsive resize and components to transform an artboard from mobile to tablet. So this might be a little tricky one, but we're going to figure it out. So if you go ahead and click Get Started, that will bring you the Dropbox link. So I've got that UI kit if you want to go ahead and press Download, Direct Download. And I've got some icons and components and elements and things in there that you can use to get started if you want. I'm actually going to head right over to Discord. So if you're not already logged in, be sure to create an account, log in here. We're always over here chatting away. Yep, this is the link right up here. If you want to share your work of your challenge. So over here, I'll just point out a few of our important tabs. We've got the Daily Challenge channel. So that's where, this is just another place where you can find all of the prompts for this challenge that we're working on. And then we've got the Design Feedback channel. So this is where I've been blown away. You guys have been posting so many awesome designs. So your screenshots, your links to your work on Behance, this has just been awesome. So that's where you'll post that. And if you have any questions, go ahead and do that and ask a question. And be sure to introduce yourself if you never have in the Introductions channel. Then over here, we've got all of our mentors as well as myself and our moderators, and then all of you guys over here. So go ahead and make an account, start being active in Discord. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up this file from that Dropbox link, and I already have it opened over here. So we're in XD today, and let's just review kind of what we've been working on. If you're new here, this is the UI kit that I created for you guys to, get some inspiration from, or if you are totally new to XD, you can use any of these elements. But I encourage you to really try to make your own if you think you can do that. But this is here just in case you need it. So this is just a little introduction about what the challenge is. I've got some avatars for you guys here to use. I've been using the Poppins family typography. That was one of my favorites, but again, feel free to use whatever you want. Got some colors here. We're going with kind of like bright, fun tones since the audience is, I'd say, like younger, more like teen to young adult. Some icons. And then real quick, I didn't go into this, I don't think, like previously. So design systems, really quickly, can kind of be broken down into smaller and smaller elements. So for instance, like here we've got our pages. So this is all of our components arranged together. And then this is just explain how each of these elements at certain levels can be reused in all of those containers. So from pages, we can break that down into like our navigation, our header and footer, and then our body. And from that, we can break that down even further into molecules. So really gathering each of those components into related items. So here we've got our cards, we've got the instruments, community songs, and a little even further, we've got our atoms. So you can see here at each of these groups, each of these levels, we can start to reuse those throughout each of our screens to save time. So today we're going to be working on responsive resize. So let's read that prompt today. Use responsive resize and components to transform an artboard from mobile to tablet. Pay attention to which items are grouped together so that when they're resized, they'll rearrange with the correct spacing. So I've got a few artboards here already started. I'm gonna go from iPhone to iPad, but you can feel free to go from iPhone to desktop or whatever else you want. So I just hit this artboard icon over here. And I had chosen the iPhone X/XS, or you can do iPad, any of these. If you click on it, it will arrange a new one just in your same row right there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take one of these screens that I've already designed, and then I'm gonna rearrange it to be responsive. So I think I'm gonna do this one. Let's go ahead and copy that. And again, you could take any of the screens that you have already created. It really doesn't matter. We're just trying to make sure we can figure out how to use the responsive resize tool. So we've copied and pasted that. That's looking good. Let's copy and paste this into our iPad. So what I want to do is just group these all together and then make sure you have, this is a little tight over here, make sure you have responsive resize toggled on over here so you can toggle it off or on. And you'll notice below that, I don't know if you've ever used these before, but we've got auto and manual. So we'll be diving into that a little bit. So when I don't like, I'm just keeping it on auto right now, let's see what happens. So you just drag it to the whole size. Okay, so we see like some things have worked, some things have not. Like I mentioned in the prompt, you wanna make sure that you're grouping your elements properly, and you might have to go back in and manually do some of those. So let's undo, and I noticed that when I dragged this, I noticed the sliders right away, these purple parts didn't drag with the sliders where I want them to be. So I think we can go over in manual, and let's double click into here. I want to select both of those lines, and I'll click manual instead of auto. And then I want these to not have a fixed width. Fixed height, it doesn't really matter since they're just going horizontally anyway. And then let's do the bottom. Okay, so let's see how that is. Some of this takes some trial and error. Perfect. So because I went into manual, now they're dragging to the right place that I want them to be. Let's see what other elements on this page. So this guy down here, I guess yeah, that one's fine. I'm actually just gonna move it over manually a little bit. This one is exactly where I want it to be, but I think I'm just gonna manually make it a little bit bigger, just since we're on a tablet, so I wanna be able to see it a little larger. This stayed in the same place. This guy up here looks very wonky, our search bar. So that actually is just a pen tool, and that part we're gonna need to adjust the pen parts ourselves since it's not like individual elements. So I'm gonna come down here and just drag, I'm just double clicking in there and I'm just gonna drag these over to the edge. And I'm gonna drag the search over to the edge as well. So let's get rid of this one. All of these guys, because we don't want that. That's looking too wonky for me. So I'm gonna cut this, paste it in here. We got a little wonky. We might have to, let's redo that a little bit better. So I'm just double clicking in here. So pen tool items, if it's like a specific shape that you want to make, you might have to just go in and adjust those anchor points yourself. So I think that's fine, and I want to move this guy just over a tad so the arrow isn't in the center, it's more just on the left side. So let's grab those three, drag it over like to here, and I'll drag this guy over as well. Same with that background, I'm just gonna make a new background. Oops. So I'm just double clicking, deleting that, and then I'm gonna make my own, because the rounded corners on that looked a little stretched out, so I don't want it to have a border, and I do want to send it to the back. Okay, that looks fine. And now we have to deal with these guys. So we're gonna need to do another manual adjustment. So since we only have 3, I think I want to add something over here. I might want to add some additional details since we're on the iPad and we have more space, so we might as well, right? Add some more elements. So let's see, I'm just gonna copy and paste this in case we need to come back to it for any reason. And let's like see how this would work if we did these as manual. So I'm gonna group all these. Oh, these are not grouped anymore. There we go. I'm gonna copy and ungroup this because I want these to be grouped. So when I click manual, I think I want these to stay fixed width and fixed height. So let's try this now. So you can kind of see how, okay, that's looking good, but now I want them to stay towards the top. So I'm gonna just tap that top button and that will keep them aligned at the top and at the left. So that should work pretty good for us. Okay. Okay, so that worked a little better for me. I am now going to add a few elements over here. I've already got some of these ready. So this, I just made a few circles. These are pretty simple, a few circles. I just did the repeat grid and added some text beneath these. So this could be additional elements like another tempo, another bass, some reverb, things like that. So I'm just gonna copy all of these and I want to keep the background as we had. Get rid of those guys and that. Oops. Oh, we want to save the background too. Let's ungroup all of these. And this, and no, we don't want that. Okay, copy and paste. And we'll send this to the back. Oh, and we also want this guy. Copy this, paste this up here. Okay, so that's looking better to me. So you can see how when we are resizing, and let me adjust this a little bit too. That's looking much better. So you can see how when we're doing responsive resize, a lot of the times it will work very well for you. Sometimes you have to go in and adjust the manual because obviously every design is different. So sometimes it takes a little bit of finagling, but you just use these square items up here and whatever you set this to, it will stay on like the top, bottom, left, or right, and it can stay a certain width or a certain height. So that's looking good. Let's see if we have time for another one. Let's do, I don't know if the piano one, perhaps this guy. Okay, so the trumpet, let's copy, paste this over. I'm gonna go ahead and group all of that. So we have responsive resize on. Okay. So let's see what things I want to adjust here. This search bar, I want that to be manual. So I just double click in there, click manual, and I don't want it to be a fixed width. So that should change what we need to. Perfect. What else? These I think we can just add some more. So let's double click, bring these up a bit. And since this is a repeat grid, I believe, we can just drag these down to add a bit more, but we don't want, let me double click in here. Repeat grid, let's add some more. And this guy, okay. And I'll just adjust the spacing a tad here on these. That's not working too well. I might just copy and paste this. And then do a clipping mask. So we only see a few of these. Object, mask with shape. And then let's drag that up a bit and adjust. All right. That looks a lot better. Okay. That looks good. And all right, I wonder if there's anything else we would need to add on here. I think we're good. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, I think I'm done. Let's go ahead and save this. So just Command S, or you can do File, Save As. And what I want to do is add this to my Behance. So does anyone have any questions on how I've been doing the responsive resize? I don't see any questions so far in the chat, but let me know in Discord if you do. So I'm gonna copy this, paste this on my artboard over here. Let's group that. I'm gonna copy the iPad, paste that on our artboard over here, group that as well. And then I'll just give that I've been adding some like subtext next to these, just explaining what I did. So I'll add that iPhone to iPad. Okay, and that looks good. Okay, so I'm going to just select the whole artboard. Again, if you have like a square back here for the background and you select it like that, it will only export the square. So you need to make sure you select the title instead when you're exporting. So File, Export, Selected, and then we'll say Challenge Day 6 into my export folder. We'll save it as a PNG and web. Let's go ahead and export that. And I already have a Behance project started, so I'm gonna add this to here. Let's scroll down because I want it to be right below Challenge Day 5. And then if you just hover in between those two, you'll see the little arrow to insert. And this is Day 6. All right, let it upload. And then the main thing we want to remember here, again, is going over to Settings. And in order for us to find it, if you want some feedback, you have to set the keyword to XD Daily Challenge. So go over to that discoverability keyword, and you can add a few more keywords if you want. I have UI, UX, mobile, music. That's looking good to me. Let's go over to basic info and see what we got. We've got UI, UX for the creative field, some interaction design, and icon design. And you can add any more keywords and things over here if you want. Let's save that. And I'll go over to my profile, and I want to make sure this posted right. So we'll scroll down to Day 6. Awesome. Okay. Now I want to search for what you guys are doing. So let's go up to search and I want to see what you guys are working on. XD Daily Challenge. And this time I need to see all projects and sort by most recent. Because I wasn't seeing all of your most recent projects last time. All right. Wow. Look at all of this. You guys. Oh my gosh. There's so many. This is crazy. Okay, so I think I might have looked at a lot of these, but let me just look at the most recent ones from today. So this is Amelia Mookie. She did the day 1 challenge, get jamming, some quick access menu, very nice. We've got Pedro Martinez. Ooh, nice little header up there. We've got, yep, you're working on your design system, very nice. So you're going with like rose kind of brownie tones. Did your iconography for the day 2 challenge. Wow, this looks awesome. Very cool. I love the boxy look up here. That is so neat. Day 2, made all of your own icon colors. And then day 3, we did the search by voice. That was a fun one. Day 4, I've loved seeing you guys' prototypes, especially for day 4. That's been a fun one. We've got Adita. Let's see. Ooh, very fancy. Look at this. I like the way you kind of laid everything out with the wave background. This is interesting. I like how you have this like blur effect. That's really nice. Good job, guys. Let's see, Christina. We might have looked at this one yesterday, I think. Oh, I remember this one was awesome. Jasmine. She went for kind of like a retro look with the records there. Cool, cool. Let's see, we've got Mattia. I don't think I saw this one. Oh, awesome. Okay, I haven't seen a lot of like word marks and logos so far, so this is nice. Soundmaker. We've got the app icon and the taskbar icon. Wow, you really made this your own. This looks awesome. And then we've got a scroll through for the quick access creation tools. Awesome. I'd say one suggestion would be maybe, this is a little bit distracting with the lines kind of going through and the music notes in the background. Maybe pick just like one or the other, just because there's a lot of lines already happening with your like callouts over here. But this is awesome. Wow, I can tell you put a lot of work into this. I love this. Let's see what else. There was one on the Discord too that I really wanted to look at because you did a guitar. Someone made a guitar one. Oh, this one, yeah. Okay, this is by Nick. Let's see. Let's see if we can open the original. If it's in a project, no, that's okay. I wanted to look at your guitar pages though, because I think I've only seen like the piano ones that you guys have done, so this is a new take on it. I like this. Very neat. I'm excited to see the prototype for this, so I hope you share that. Okay. Very cool, guys. Oh, where was I? I was on the search. This is a new one too, Toxic Flow. Went with more of a darker tone. And we've got Namitha. Very cool. Going for more gradients. Oh, this is a unique one. Oh, kind of like CDs, and you can spin them around. We've got the creation tools over here, the instruments, and maybe like trending down here. Very nice. Awesome, guys. Wow, I'm excited to keep looking through these in our next live stream. That's about all we have time for today. Sorry, that was a super short one. Working on our responsive resize today. So let me see what you guys are working on. Be sure to keep sharing to Behance and Discord, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes with Melody. We'll be back in XD. Stay tuned, guys. Bye.